Good morning, students. Welcome back to online classes. Today we are going to start a unit 3, that is science. Here are some famous scientists from the times gone by. Match them to their inventions and discoveries. So this is the activity which you have to do yourself. So this activity you have to do it yourself. These are the names of the scientists and these are their inventions. You need to match them. Scientists propose various theories. They test the validity of their theories by carrying out experiments. So, until and unless you do not do experiments, you cannot prove your theories. Here is an experiment you must have done in your science class at some time. An inverted glass, inverted means ulta glass, stands on a bowl of water. A candle is burning inside the glass. What will happen after some time? Can you state the theory that can be proved with the help of this experiment? Yes, this is a candle is burning inside a bowl and there is little water inside in the bowl and a burning candle is there and a glass is kept ulta, inverted over the candle. So what will happen? Do the experiment and see what happens. What do you think about the rapid means fast, advances in science and technology? Are they a blessing or a curse? Now we will do a debate on this when we will have our online class. Okay, so we will divide the class into groups and we will have a debate on this topic, that the science, the advantages of science and disadvantages of science. So today we are going to read the unit 2 of this section B of this unit, the stolen bacillus. Bacillus are the bacteria. Have you ever heard about the biological war? Can bacteria be a weapon for war? Discuss in the class. So, what do you think is happening nowadays? Why aren't you people coming to school? What is this? This is because of COVID-19. What is COVID-19? It is a virus, right? And from where it has come? It has come from China. Yes. So this is the biological war which you are facing nowadays. The war which China has started against the whole world. It's a biological war because we do not have any vaccination. We do not have any cure for this virus. We don't have any medicine against this virus. So this is a biological war because people are dying because of this. So in this chapter also we will see how the bacillus, the bacteria of cholera, project a threat for the city of London. Let's start reading. This again, said the bacteriologist, slipping a glass slide under the microscope, is a preparation of the celebrated means famous bacillus of cholera, bacteria of cholera, the cholera germ. Now he put a slide, bacteriologist, the scientist put a slide under the microscope, which he said is the preparation of the famous bacteria for the cholera. The pale-faced man peered down. Peered means looked down the microscope. He was evidently means clearly not used to this kind of thing, and held a limp white hand over his free eye. Limp means thin. I see very little, he said. Touch this screw, said the bacteriologist. Perhaps the microscope is out of focus for your eye. Eyes vary so much. Vary means they are different so much. Just the fraction means small, a little bit of turn this way or that way, you will be able to see the microorganism under the microscope. Ah, now I see, said the visitor. Not so very much to see after all. The little streaks and shreds of pink. Streaks means small, shreds means small pieces of pink. And yet those little particles, those mere atomies might multiply and devastate a city. Wonderful. Devastate means destroy. Atomies means tiny particles. So the pale-faced man, he was getting excited to know that because of these tiny particles, a whole city can be destroyed. And this idea was wonderful for him. So that means he was not a normal man. He was not a genuine person who was interested in the experiments or in the theories of that bacteriologist. He stood up and, releasing the glass slip from the microscope, he took out that glass slide from the microscope and held it in his hand towards the window, and he took it, he put the glass slide in front of the light which was coming from the window. Scarcely visible. Scarcely means hardly visible with eyes. He said, looking carefully at the preparation. He hesitated. Are these alive? Are they dangerous now? That are these organisms, these cholera bacteria alive? Are they dangerous right now? Those have been stained and killed. Stained means they have been dyed. Then some color had been put on them and they have been killed because of that dye. Said the bacteriologist, I wish for my own part means as a scientist, I wish I could kill all the bacteria in this world. We could kill and stain every one of them in the universe. I wish as a scientist, it is my wish to kill all the bacteria in this universe. I suppose, said the pale man with a slight smile, you scarcely care to have such things about you in the living, in the active state. That you hardly have these bacteria in your laboratory in active state right now. You cannot afford them to have these such dangerous things in active state, in a living state in your laboratory. On the contrary, contrary means opposite, we are obliged to. That the bacteriologist said on the opposite, we do have some living things in our lab. I do have. Here, for instance means example. He walked across the room and took up one of the several sealed tubes and brought out one of the sealed tubes. Here is the living thing. This is a cultivation of the actual living disease bacteria. Cultivation means growth of actual living disease bacteria. So this in this test tube I have cultivated, I have multiplied, I have the living bacteria of cholera, the bottled cholera, so to speak. These are the bacillus, the bacteria of cholera in living state, in active state in this test tube. So now look at in this picture, you will see that there is a microscope, and earlier this pale-faced man was looking the slide under this microscope of dead bacteria. But here now the bacteriologist is showing the test tube of which was carrying the live active bacillus of cholera. A slight gleam means ray of satisfaction appeared momentarily. Momentarily means for a second in the face of the pale man. The bacteriologist held the tube in his hand thoughtfully. Yes, here is the offending bacterium. Offending means the responsible for causing diseases. Bacterium means plural of bacteria. Imprisoned means put in a bottle. One breaks such little tube as this into the supply of drinking water. Say to these minute particles of life, go forth. Forth means go ahead, increase and multiply. And death, mysterious, untraceable death. Death, swift and terrible. Death, full of pain and shame, would be released upon this city. So now the bacteriologist said that one break of this little tube, if you break this little tube and put all the contents of this tube in the water of the city, the bacteria will spread, the bacteria will multiply in the water, and the whole city will be turned into death. There will be destruction, there will be death, there will be pain, and it will be a terrible death for all the people in the city. The pale-faced man nodded. Nodded means he said yes with a shake of his head. His eyes shone. Shone means they started shining. He cleared his throat. These anarchists means who bring destruction knowingly. They destroy the property, government property, the public property. They are anarchists. Rascals, said he, are fools, blind fools to use bombs when this kind of thing is available, I think. So he thinks that the anarchists should use these cholera bacillus, these bacteria of cholera, the active bacteria of cholera, instead of using bombs and guns to kill people, to bring destruction, to destroy everything. A gentle rap means a tap, a mere light touch of fingernails was heard at the door. The bacteriologist opened it. Just a minute, dear, whispered his wife. Now his wife had come at the door and she wanted to talk to the bacteriologist. So she said, can you come out for a minute? When he re-entered the laboratory, his visitor was looking at his watch. I had no idea I had wasted an hour of your time, he said. 12 minutes to 4. I ought to have left here by 3:30, but your things were really too interesting. No, positively I can't stop a moment longer. I have an engagement at 4. Engagement means appointment. I have to meet somebody at 4 o'clock. I have already wasted a lot of your time, but your things, your experiments are really engaging. They are very interesting. So, now I take your leave. I have an appointment. So the visitor leaves the laboratory. So that's all for today's lesson. I hope you have understood the chapter till now. Read the chapter carefully. Write down the word meanings in your notebook and just try to read the way I am reading. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a nice day.